It's almost midnight on December 31st. You have a glass in your hand, full of hope, and you make the promise. Next year, I'll lose weight. Next year, I'll save money. Next year, I'll learn English. You set the goal. It's clear, bold, and fills you with motivation. But we both know what happens in February. The motivation evaporates, the gym is empty, the language app is forgotten, and the goal becomes just a source of guilt, another failure for your collection. What if I told you the problem was never your willpower? What if I told you that the very concept of focusing on goals is a trap, a broken system designed to make you fail? In the next few minutes, we'll deconstruct the biggest myth in personal development and give you the secret that elite athletes, top entrepreneurs, and the most consistent people in the world use. They don't focus on the scoreboard, they focus on the game. They don't have goals, they have systems. Before we understand what systems are, we need to understand why goals on their own are so ineffective. Goals are about the future. They create a painful gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Every day you don't reach the goal, you feel like a failure. The goal robs you of present happiness in exchange for a promise of future happiness. You're only allowed to be happy when you cross the finish line, but the journey there is pure suffering and anxiety. This creates the yo-yo effect. You use all your willpower in a burst of effort to reach the goal, like losing weight for a wedding. You suffer, restrict yourself, and finally succeed. And after the goal is reached, the purpose disappears. You relax, and your exhausted brain pulls you back to old habits. Goals create temporary changes, not an identity transformation. They teach you to get there, but they don't teach you to stay there. What if instead of focusing on the destination, you fell in love with the journey? Here is the fundamental difference that changes the game. Someone who focuses on goals is like a fan in the stands. They spend a whole game looking at the scoreboard, suffering with every lost point and celebrating every point gained. They are passive, and their happiness depends on a future result they don't control. The fan lives on hope. The architect lives on process. Living like a fan puts you on an emotional roller coaster of euphoria and despair and robs you of the energy to actually get on the field. Someone who focuses on systems is the architect of the game. They don't look at the scoreboard. They are on the field, drawing the plays, adjusting the players' positions, ensuring the process is executed perfectly. They know that if the system is good, the result on the scoreboard is inevitable. The goals are the scoreboard. The systems are the game. The fan hopes the team wins. The architect builds a winning team. Let me explain this another way. Imagine your life is a large ship. Having a goal is like putting a dot on a map and saying, I want to get to that treasure island. It's good to know the destination, the general direction, but staring at the map doesn't move the ship. The goal is the what. The system is the how. If you only have the goal, any storm, any current, any unforeseen event will throw you off course and leave you lost because you don't have a process to correct your course. The system is your rudder. It's the small 1-degree adjustment you make every day. You don't need to look at the island all the time. You just need to ensure that today your rudder is set in the right direction. A ship that leaves a port and adjusts its course by just a single degree will, after a few days of travel, arrive at a destination hundreds of kilometers away from the original. The difference at the start is unnoticeable, but the final result is drastically different. If you adjust the rudder by 1 degree every day, your arrival at the destination is mathematically guaranteed. Your system is your commitment to the daily rudder adjustment. Okay, that sounds good in theory, but how do you build a system in practice? A system is simply a habit or a process that you execute consistently and that inevitably leads you toward your goal. It is the bridge between your present self and your future self.
Let's look at some clear examples. Your goal is to write a book. Intimidating goal. Your system, however, is simple. Write 300 words every morning, right after coffee, no matter what. Your goal is to save $50,000. Scary. Your system, automate a transfer of 15% of your salary to an investment account on the exact day you get paid, before you even see the money. Your goal is to get in shape. Vague and difficult. Your system, go to the gym 3 times a week and exercise for 20 minutes even on days you don't feel like it. The secret to a good system is that it's so small and clear, it's almost impossible not to do. It doesn't depend on your motivation, which is as fickle as the weather. It depends on your discipline to perform a minimal action which you control. The system removes emotion from the equation. You don't negotiate with your mind about whether to do it or not. It's simply time to execute the system. You don't need to feel like writing 300 words. You just sit down and write. That's the system. The great beauty of systems is this: they give you permission to be happy now. You don't have to wait for the finish line. Every day you execute your system, you win. Wrote your 300 words? You won today. Did your 20 minutes of exercise? You won today. Victory becomes a daily event, not a distant point in the future. Your success is not a final event, it is the process itself. You shift your focus from the future outcome, which you don't control, to your present action, which you fully control. You stop being an anxious fan in the stands of your own life and become the calm architect of your own destiny. The purpose of this video was never to say that having a direction is bad. Goals are great for setting your compass's direction. But after setting the direction, you should forget the goal and focus 100% on your system, on your rudder. The goal is to show you that the map is not the path. The path is built one step at a time, one rudder adjustment at a time, day after day. Now for the commitment. Forget your big goals for a second. Think about a system. What is the one small system you can start executing starting tomorrow to move in the direction of your dreams? Comment below what your system will be. Let's build together, one day at a time. If this video changed your perspective on goals, leave a like and subscribe to Risk of Success. We'll see you in the next video.